more to peel, but it's a very hard and crispy bit right here. Go, here we go, there we go. Go, there we go, there we go. The Flying believes that in 6 months people are going to handle on anything. It takes the government 20 years to be able to order a projector. You think I can figure out in 6 goddamn months? Jesus. Let him speak in my book. I see. That, I suspected something along those lines. Yeah, there was somebody that I read. It's like, yeah, 6 months is not going to cut it. We need like an indefinite halt on this stuff. And I'm like, I mean, fair enough, fair point. But have you considered how, like, who, again, I'm like, I suppose it's possible that they could just put like a whole, like, make laws and whatnot and be like, okay, you are no longer allowed to do this. Um, and if we find that you're doing it, you will go to jail or something like that. Um, like if they don't do that, I don't know that I see them really like changing anything. Like, do you? I feel like that's probably not super likely. Yeah, peel, peel, peel. I'm gonna let that just continue to be hot inside the thing until this is done, because I figure, if waiting until it's cool means you can peel it easily, and having it covered for 3 minutes means you can peel it easily, then having it covered for more time while it cools means you can probably peel it even more easily, huh? See the logic I have there? I think that makes sense. At least I think it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Come on. Get, get, get. Yeah, since we're getting closer to the phase where this matters and is important, um, so there was a spice that was written in the blurb above the recipe card, that said to use sumac, I think something like that, pronounced or called, which is a thing that I had never really used before, and I wasn't even sure I'd ever seen before in stores. Um, so I was like, hey, how about a substitute? And I was recommended a substitute that we actually did find, which is another thing I've never used, called za'atar seasoning. And I was like, oh, cool, awesome. But then I looked down in the actual recipe card, and it's like, yeah, turmeric. And I'm like, what? What? Why? Those are two very different things. Why do you hate me, maker of this recipe? Why are you trying to sabotage my food making process? Come on, garlic, get out of the thing. There we go. It's nice and soft now. Say that much. Nice soft garlickiness. Oh, but you know what I was actually thinking? I was thinking that. Oh boy. Who the hell is going to be making the laws, right? Is that Congress? They can't even figure out how to tweet or how Google or any of these other places work. They don't understand that Facebook runs off ad revenue. Like they can't figure out any of it. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there. I don't know what the solution is. All I'm saying is that, I mean, even if they did the make the laws, like who's to say that anyone would follow them if they're not willing to enforce them, which is, a thing that happens in society. Laws exist, but unless people are willing to enforce those laws, it doesn't really matter. Give me this garlic, please. Give me the garlic, please. Da, da, da. They could barely figure out how to use their goddamn email or whether or not DC decided to criminalize pissing in the streets. How could we trust them to deal with anything that's like this? How can we trust? Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Like, granted, see, herein lies a slight problem in the flaw in the system is that the people making the laws don't necessarily know what is the best law to pass is in this regard, or in many regards, to be honest. But like something still seems like it would be a good idea to be done. I feel like I just don't know how one would go about effectively communicating that and getting it to happen, if there is such a way to do such things. Because again, if there's like zero incentive, like people need to be incentivized to not do it if they're gonna not do it, because the